Hello, this is Dr. Ayanshola Ogundele, Astronautics for Exploit. Renewable energy sources and technologies. The focus points of my presentation are as follows: renewable energy sources and renewable energy technologies. Since the dawn of ages, energy has been of high importance to the humankind. The sun, the star at the center of the solar system, and the nearly perfect ball of Earth plasma, heated to incandescence by nuclear fusion reactions in its core, radiating the energy mainly as light, ultraviolet, and infrared radiation, was the first source of energy and the most important energy for life on Earth. From the period of historic times, the enormous effect of the sun on Earth has been recognized. The sun was thought by some cultures as a deity. The synodic rotation of Earth and its orbit around the sun are the basis of some solar calendars. The predominant calendar in use today is the Gregorian calendar, which is based upon the standard 16th century interpretation of the sun's observed movement as actual movement. Some of the most important sources of renewable energies are solar energy, wind power, hydropower, bioenergy, and geothermal energy. Solar energy, radiant energy, and heat from the sun is harnessed using various technologies such as solar heating, photovoltaics, concentrated solar power, concentrator photovoltaics, solar architecture, and artificial photosynthesis. Solar technologies are passive solar or active solar, depending on the way they capture, convert, and distribute solar energy. Passive solar techniques include orienting a building to the sun, selecting materials with favorable thermal mass or light dispersing properties, and designing spaces that naturally circulate air. Active solar technologies encompass solar thermal energy, using solar collectors for heating and solar power, converting sunlight into electricity, either directly using photovoltaics or indirectly using concentrated solar power. Hydropower, a renewable energy resource, is one of the most commercially developed energy sources. By building a dam or barrier, a large reservoir can be used to create a controlled flow of water that will drive a turbine and then generate electricity. As an energy source, biomass can either be used directly via combustion to produce heat or indirectly after converting it to various forms of biofuel. Conversion of biomass to biofuel can be achieved through different methods, which are classified as thermal, chemical, and biochemical methods. Renewable energy sources. The various renewable energy sources are solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, hydropower, geothermal energy, and biomass energy. Solar energy. Sun is one of the renewable energy sources. It offers an ideal energy source, unlimited in supply, expensive, which does not add to the Earth's total heat burden, and does not produce air and water pollutants. Sun is a powerful alternative to fossil and nuclear fuels. Solar energy is so abundant, but with a collection efficiency of only 10%. The picture here shows illustration of renewable energy. Sunlight is one of our planet's most abundant and freely available energy resources. The amount of solar energy that reaches the Earth's surface in 1 hour is more than the planet's total energy requirements. The amount of solar energy we can use varies according to the time of the day. The picture here shows solar panels for the generation of solar power. Solar energy. The abundant natural solar energy resource may be converted into other form of energy through thermal or photovoltaic conversion routes. The solar thermal route uses radiation in the form of heat that in turn may be converted to mechanical, electrical, or chemical energy. The picture here shows solar water heaters facing the sun to maximize gain. The limitations of solar energy are as follows. Low density of solar energy in comparison to oil, gas, coal, and a host of others. Non-constant solar energy intensity. Problem of economically collecting solar energy over large area. And problems of designing facilities that can utilize diffused sunlight. The picture here shows solar panels on the rooftop. Wind energy. Wind power is energy from turbines, which create the electricity as the wind turns the blades of windmills. A large number of windmills are installed in clusters called wind farms. The picture here shows illustration of the generation of wind energy. In some countries, wind power is making an enormous contribution to the national grid. In order to harness electricity from wind energy, turbines are used to drive generators, which then feed electricity into the national grid. Although domestic or off-grid generation systems are available, not every property is suitable for a domestic wind turbine. The picture here shows a wind farm. Typically, turbine revolves at about 10 to 25 revolutions per minute, and the type of wind to yield this rotation is about 8 to 10 knots. Wind, a moving air, moves from an area of high pressure to an area of low pressure. Tidal energy. Ocean tides, produced by gravitational forces of sun and moon, contain enormous amount of energy. The high tide and low tide revert to rise and fall of water in the ocean. A difference of several meters is required between the height of high tide and low tide to spin the turbines. The picture here shows tidal turbines. The tidal energy can be harnessed by constructing a tidal barrage. During high tide, the seawater flows into the reservoir of the barrage and turns the turbine, which in turn produces electricity by rotating the generators. During low tide, when the sea level is very low, the seawater stored in the barrage reservoir flows out into the sea and again turns the turbine. The picture here shows Data Stream's new design for tidal turbines. Hydropower is another source of renewable energy. Hydropower, a renewable energy resource, is one of the most commercially developed. By building a dam or barrier, a large reservoir can be used to create a controlled flow of water that will drive a turbine, thereby generating electricity. Reliability. This energy source can often be more reliable than solar and wind power and allows electricity to be stored for use when demand reaches a peak. This picture shows the Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze River. Like wind energy in certain situations, hydropower can be more viable as a commercial energy source. It can be used for domestic and off-grid generation. As a result of the advancement in technologies and increasing requirement of electricity, emphasis is shifting to large-sized hydropower stations. The picture here shows a small hydroelectric power plant. Hydropower has a lot of advantages, and some of them are as follows. Provision of drinking water, non-polluting, low operating and maintenance cost, a clean source of energy, provides irrigation facilities, helping controlling floods and making water available during non-rainy seasons for irrigation and other purposes. The picture here shows a 395 hydroelectric plant. Environmental problems of hydropower are The dam sites are located in the forest and in the agricultural areas, and as such can get submerged. It causes waterlogging and siltation, loss of biodiversity and fish population, displace local people, and create problems of rehabilitation and increase seismicity due to large volume of water impounded. Historic Otempa small hydro with original equipment is shown in this picture. Biomass energy is another source of renewable energy. Biomass energy is the energy obtained through the conversion of solid fuel made from plant materials into electricity. Biomass involves burning organic materials so as to produce electricity. Nowadays, it is a much cleaner, more energy efficient process. The picture here shows biomass resources. By converting agricultural, industrial, and domestic waste into solid, liquid, and gas fuel, biomass generates power at a much lower economic and environmental cost. Research is ongoing for the use of many other sources of biomass, such as plants, residues from agriculture or forestry, organic component of municipal and industrial waste, and the fumes from landfills as biomass energy source. The picture here shows examples of biomass landfill gas. Greenhouse gas emissions. The use of biomass energy has the potential of greatly reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Biomass generates about the same amount of carbon dioxide as fossil fuels, but every time a new plant grows, carbon dioxide is removed from the atmosphere. The picture here shows electricity generation using biomass products. The net emission of carbon dioxide will be zero as long as plants continue to be replenished for biomass energy purposes. These energy crops, such as fast-growing trees and grasses, are referred to as biomass feedstocks. The picture here shows different types of biomass. Plant replenishment. Burning of plant residues or animal waste cause air pollution and produce a lot of ash as waste residue. And the burning of dung destroys essential nutrients. There are ongoing researches to convert biomass into biogas or biofuels. The picture here shows cycle of biomass energy. Geothermal energy is another renewable energy source. Geothermal energy is the heat from the earth. It's clean and sustainable. Resources of geothermal energy range from the shallow ground to hot water and hot rock found a few miles beneath the Earth's surface. The picture here shows example of a geothermal power station. The steam or hot water comes out of the ground naturally through cracks in the form of natural geysers. Sometimes the steam or boiling water underneath the earth does not find any place to come out. The picture here shows illustration of geothermal energy for the generation of electricity. Renewable energy technologies. Different technologies have been developed and are still being developed for renewable energy sources. Solar evolving technology. Solar energy, radiant light and heat from the sun, is harnessed using a range of ever-evolving technologies. Various examples of solar energy technology are solar heating, photovoltaics, concentrated photovoltaics. Solar technologies are broadly characterized as either passive solar or active solar. The picture here shows renewable energy sources. Passive solar techniques. Passive solar techniques include orienting a building to the sun, selecting materials with favorable thermal mass or light dispersing properties. Active solar techniques encompass solar thermal energy using solar collectors for heating and solar power. The picture here shows new advancements in the use of modern solar thermal energy storage technology. Wind energy technologies. Globally, the long-term technical potential of wind energy is believed to be 5 times total current global energy production, or 40 times current electricity demand. Wind turbine technology are being developed for areas of higher wind resources. The picture here shows renewable energy technologies. Hydropower technologies. Global electricity power generation capacity increases annually, and as a result, technologies are being developed for hydropower. Run-of-the-river hydroelectricity plants derive energy from rivers without the creation of a large reservoir. The picture here shows illustration of the use of renewable energy for the generation of electricity. For more information, contact Astronautics for Exploit. You've been watching and listening to Renewable Energy Sources and Technologies, presented by Dr. Anyashola Ogundele, with the focus points renewable energy sources and renewable energy technologies. Thank you.